Yo, what's going down, Commanders? Hope everyone's doing fine. As always, I'm going to give as many shout-outs as I possibly can. If I miss your name out, guys, it isn't on purpose. I've been told to make sure that everyone knows the real Mike is #1 on the chat board today. So there you go, Mikey. Yo, what's going down, Commanders? Guys, I can hear myself talk. Whoops. Bear with me. I cocked that up a little bit. Real Mikey, Daz, welcome, bro. Brandy's part of my panel. She's also got. Appreciate that. Thank you, Brandy. Will is part of my panel as well. Also a go. Thank you, brother. Do appreciate that. But Cobra Cobra is part of my panel, and I think he's also a go as well. Thank you, bro. Rainy Bo's part of my panel and also a go. Thank you, sweetheart. Paul, welcome, brother. Hopefully, that's a name I haven't seen for a while. Hopefully, you're doing well, mate. Lewis, as always, the man with the likes. I appreciate what you do on the side chat, mate. Ernest, welcome, bro. Yes, you are right, mate. I don't think Kixeye doing much tonight. Butchered as well. Welcome, brother. It's jumping all over the place. Alistair, welcome, bro. Irene, welcome, sweetheart. Pac-Man, as always, nice to see your name there, mate. Baz, welcome, bro. Armageddon, welcome. Jesus. Rumpelstiltskin, a.k.a. Manny, welcome, brother. Philip, welcome. Amped Up, welcome. He's part of my panel, I think, tonight, unless he's left. Tough Coffee, welcome. That's a name I haven't seen before. Max AA, welcome. WC Fund on the man with a plan, welcome, bro. Welshie, nice to see you there, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you for your birthday wishes, by the way. Jason, welcome, bro. My Life, My Rules, welcome. Pascal, welcome. Oscar, that's a name I haven't seen for a while. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Guys, it's jumping like crazy. I think I've got everyone. If I've missed anyone out, Bloodbuster, welcome. And that's about it. Right, on the panel tonight, we've got Jinx, Amped Up, or Amputee, as we like to call him. We've got Lone Wolf, Mr. Ghosty. We've got Rainy Bo. We've got Will, or Lycanthrope, as I know him. And we've got Cobra Cobra, a.k.a. Gashi. Guys, unmute and say hello.
Buongiorno.
Hello.
How are we all doing, guys?
Fucking hell, you sounded like you had a proper mouthful when you did that.
Yeah, full of wieners.
Oh. Wrong person.
Is it Beanie Weenies?
I don't know what beanie weenies are, mate.
Little tiny hot dogs, you nit.
Yeah, the one blowing out candles.
Beanie weenies.
Teeny weenies.
Little hot dogs and beans.
You need
Beanie
Yeah.
Weenies.
Little tiny weenies, about 2.5, 3 inches long in a can. You get about 6 of them. You peel it open and have at it.
So if it helps, City, that's about 3 times your length.
What, 13.5? These ain't weenies then, are they? They're fucking...
Millimeters.
They're slongs.
Millimeters.
Lungs?
Slong.
Wow.
Millimeters.
Mr. King, welcome. Alan, welcome. Stevie T, welcome. Nice to see you there, guys. Sorry, Lone, go for it.
That's the sound that he also makes after he opens up the cans of Beanie Weenies.
Andrew, welcome, brother.
All right,
guys, we're getting off track here. Straight off the bat,
Yep.
You guys are starting talking about penises, and you need to get a life and stop thinking about my fucking wiener.
You're correct. You said wiener.
I'm not thinking
100%.
about your wiener.
The first time you've made
Hecker.
the confession, I can tell.
Tellywhacker.
I do want to discuss last event, the sector breach. I do want to score out of 10. For the guys on the side chat, can you give us a score out of 10 and a brief description, if you can, of why you give it that score? And what I'll do is I'll get Cobra to read them out as we come to the end of the scores from the panel. So that would be appreciated if you did that for us, guys. I want to start with the panel tonight, and I'm going to start off with Cobra, just to make your job a little bit easier, mate. Give us a score out of 10, reason why.
I'm going to come right in with a big 7.
7?
Wow.
7.
Okay.
I didn't say it was a positive 7.
No, I won't have a pop.
No, to be honest, I didn't think the event was that bad, but it's laborious, it's shit, it's the same old grind, bollocks. I'm going to come in, truthfully, at a 3, because it's shit. What are we doing this for? this is all going to be like rubbish in less than a month. So no, 3. Fuck 'em. Kicks, you smell of pork.
Can I quickly ask? Did you coin the? Did you get it to 20? The CRAM?
No. I didn't bother.
I nearly got you then, mate. You got off lightly.
No, I didn't, and I can prove that after the show.
No, you don't need to prove nothing, mate. I'll take your word as your bond.
However, I was still going down the route of a 3. There are too many events. It's boring.
I don't think
this was a fun game. It was a fun game once.
Yeah. I don't think...
Anyway,
7 to 3?
No, the 7 was a lie. 7 was a lie.
Okay, let's move forward to... Move forward to Jinx, please, sweet up.
0, because I didn't do it. I am not doing every single weekend on this game. I only do 2 events, and this is not one of them, so 0.
Good job.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on to Will, please, bub.
Well, I'm going to give it a little bit more than Cobra. I'm going to give it a 4.
Oh, you rotten bastard.
Yep. But it's all down to I've got time to play the game. So as I said on the last show, like you do so many rounds per day, and by the end of the event, you will have everything, which I did. The only thing that I didn't like was Kixeye kept quiet about how many tokens you could get for the hero. Because they basically put the store and you could get 30 tokens, so that was a piss take because normally we can only get 10. And the other one that I didn't like was you could only get 8 of the units. Normally, like we're 20 odd, but we can only get 8, which is a strange number. And the unit is CAC. But yeah, I knew how many rounds I had to do a day. I've done some in the morning, some in the evening, and the day was mine. So, other than that, yeah, I'm never going to use a unit, and that's it. So, that's my score.
We've got 0, 3, and a 4. Rainy Bow, please.
Well, I'll give it a 5. It was quick, painless, and easy enough. I was up to date anyway, so that helped. Yeah, it was painless. So I'll give it a 5. I would have given it higher if the C-Rams had been better than they are, and yet I did use some dirty coin to upgrade them to 20.
That's a confession immediately.
I'm taking a confession right now.
Dirty.
I'm actually glad that they didn't kill PvP. But they've made a slight move towards us defending our bases a bit better. But yeah, I've got to tear my base apart now and see if I can make it a bit better.
Fair enough. So that's a 3045 so far. Loney, please, bub.
Yo, Ghosty, salute. And I have to say, I did do a little bit of the event. I've got 8 of the new things, whatever the hell they are.
You can only get 6.
C-Ram.
You coin?
C-Ram?
C-Ram, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Ram.
Seaman.
It's Seaman number 2.
But yeah, so, at least I got it and got one part. And got it to 10, too, by God.
Nice.
That's unusual for you. Good.
What was your score there, mate? I missed it.
Well, I don't know what I want to rate it. Get back to me on that.
Okay, we'll do. 10-4.
So that's one in the post, then, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Hang on, he was just about to score it, and you guys interrupted. What was your score?
I'm going to give it a 1.2.
1.2. Okay, fair enough. Animal, welcome, by the way. What was your score out of 10 and reasons why?
Yeah, well, it's Sexy Breach, which I hate, but I muddled on and managed to do it with almost 2 days spare. Even tried it on my Mini, which was a right bad struggle. I'm going to give it a 5 because I managed to do this one, but I'm going to knock a point off because lower levels have got no chance unless they've got like certain units. You just can't do it. It's way too much repair, way too much fucking messing around. Yeah, they used to, when this first started, give out little bundles of like units that you might need to get on with, like some of the latest ones, just a small handful of them. But they ain't done that for ages. And if you don't do this event to get the legendary units, you're basically buggered.
You're fucked.
Yeah, there's no other way to collect them anymore.
No, they've not updated the gear store for a while. They put that Ramirez in there, didn't they? And then like siphoned off everyone's blood Thor because it was a stupid, ridiculous amount for all the tokens, the unit, the text, and all that. But yeah, they need to put these units in there once they've been out in one of these sector breaches 1 month, maximum 2. It should have that unit in there and the tech in there, so you can get a few of them if you've got any blood Thor left. That is. But it still gives you a chance to get some over time, so you can do maybe the third one or fourth one down the line, whatever. But as time goes on, it gets like each new one is twice as good as the last one, so you end up with dud units again, don't you?
Yeah.
It's never-ending bleeding downward hill.
There's no way for a new player to get into PvP anymore. Kixeye have taken that away, basically. Like you just said, it's shame. And then they're crying that they haven't got enough players and not many people are calling in,
and they can't afford developers, etc., etc.
Yeah, we've only got a small team and blah blah blah. It's fuck you guys. We don't give a shit. You keep asking for the silly amounts of money, but then cry that when you try to implement something and then tell us that you ain't got many people working on the game. So that tells me the money's being siphoned off for something else. It's not being put back into the game.
CEOs.
Yeah.
CEOs.
Paychecks.
Investors, it's being funded. So right, well, let's get to amped up, and then we can call it a cool. So get your scores out of 10, please, Amped.
I give it just to boost up the panel's percentage. I'm gonna give it a 9.99. I don't want to give it a perfect 10. I don't want Cobra to give me the fucking flack off of it.
You're so lucky.
I did about 150 rounds, so I got everything on my main and mini max.
Jesus
so it was
Christ.
easy.
You're just trying to wake people's brains up, like with fractions now, adding it all together.
Yeah, quite. Everyone's brains go dig. How many rounds was that?
Isn't that how Kix restarts after every server reboot? You know, for the new notes coming out and stuff. You know, you start seeing math when it reloads.
Well, it's a bit like the Matrix, I guess, isn't it? Where you see all those numbers in front of your eyes. Yeah, quite. So
that was Knight Rider.
Just remind me what your score was. Sorry.
9.99.
Okay. All right.
Almost
You're a
10.
point.
I would give
You're
shit
so
for that.
no. You're so close. However, when we get to the point of going through the YouTubers, there's several there that are going to get run through shortly, I can assure you.
Go for it, mate.
I'm changing my score to 4.1. Round your sums off for you.
Right. So, going in from the YouTubers, and unfortunately, there is 2 within the first literally 3 or 4 that have given it a 10 out of 10. I dare mention their names so that we can all call them.
Can we change if you give it a score out of 10, you're no longer a cunt, you're now a gimp.
Right, well, in which case, that actually fits probably Ernest and Generator quite handsomely, because they've both given it a 10. So unfortunately, Ernest and Generator, you're both gimps. However, my last rules comes in at 5. He said there's no real prize as such. Cassius, evening Cass to you, by the way, he said 7. Got it done, nice and easy, finished early. 2. Thunder said 2 out of 10. Just couldn't be fucked with it, even though it was easy. fed up of the non-stop grind for crappy units. 1,000% with you there, bro. That man said 6, got all I need from it. Armageddon said 6 out of 10 until they fucked up the 50% repair. Good point. And that's another reason why we're going to run kicks through, because they removed the repair time, didn't they? A little bit too early.
12 hours before.
Yeah, but they did give us 3 free repairs. Wow, thank you very much. Was it 2?
Yeah, 2.
Oh,
Would rather have had a little 100k.
You're a wanker because you got
XP boosts. Like they did once before, where you could, before the event even started, you could go on the Kixeye site and collect 100k, wouldn't it, or something like that?
What's happened to that? Does anyone know?
Well, like, all their bloody boost things that they give away, it starts, it stops, it starts, it stops.
Yeah, kicks don't know themselves, do they? Hence why they've only got such a short team, and one of them walks the other one. However, Armageddon said 6 out of 10. Oh, sorry, I've done that one. Bloodbuster said 20. I don't. Oh no, he's referring. He got the unit to 20. Irene said 4 out of 5. Sort of easy, but crap. And that damn grind again, which is what we're all saying. It's the grind. Mr. King 5 out of 10 was good, not bad. 1 day. Good job on that, bro. If you did it in 1 day. Lewis said 4. It's okay, but boring. They get all I need, and I still need more. Yeah, I think that's all of us, mate. To be fair. Paul. Tess, as we know, good evening to you, bro. And also Andrew Morris, good evening to you. And Banksy, sorry, by the way. 5, said Paul. It was hard like the last. 2 wink, events. Yeah, I know where you're going with that one. Well, she said score out of 2, so freaking boring. Daz says 1 out of 200. I don't know where the 200 come from, but I get it. Other than that, we're up to date, mate, really.
Okay, so I'll give you my score.
Yeah.
There we go.
None of their events. No, the problem is Kixeye are not understanding why the players are leaving in droves, and the players are leaving in droves not just because of the cheats. They're leaving in droves because they feel like they're being pressured into fucking playing an event after an event after an event after event every single weekend of their lives. That's 52 times a year. They're playing an event, and Kixeye are not understanding the economics of the game. Yes, you can get away with that for so long, but in the long run, it's short-sighted. And this event every weekend needs to stop. And it's just it's draining. It's life draining. It's soul destroying to go from one weekend to the next weekend and know that you're not going to enjoy the event. You've got to do it to be able to stay relevant in the game. So my score for the event, even though I do like Rams, I am using them. It's a 1. They don't deserve no more. Because it's not because it's a poorly constructed event. It's because how much pressure or how many times they expect us to keep doing this. It's a 1, and it's not, and it isn't a bad event. Everyone should have, well, the majority of players that are active should be able to get that unit. But it's just a fucking drain on life, and that's what it feels like every weekend.
The problem with that is doing it every weekend. It builds up. It starts getting on your mind. It's like, oh, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it. It is massively like depressing. For some people, I know it does me.
I used to be excited for the War Commander events. I'm no longer excited for any of them. The main War Commander event, I used to it'd be something that you'd got on your calendar. If I was working that day, I'd try to get the day off, just purely for the fact is to try to get ready for the event and everything else. The weekend would be cleared. I'm no longer doing that anymore. Oh, it's another event.
It normally meant, oh look, it's this event, you're going to get a new unit. Now it's another event, another fucking unit.
And it's the actual length of the unit's fucking availability to do anything in the game is very, very fucking small.
And we've got 2 late entries. One from Andrew, which he said, I'll give it 7 out of 10. I did the event, and at end started getting bored. It was a good event. He enjoyed it. And the last one was Ian H, and he said 5 out of 10. Did it all by Saturday midday, but a trudge. Good job, bro. Good job. That's it, mate. We are done.
It's so
evening, Glenn from Wigan,
anyway,
by the way.
We're going to move on. I think we've got all the faults we needed to get out there.
Come on, move on.
We're 15.12 release notes. Let me screen share so you guys can see what I'm doing.
15.5?
15.12.
Yes, triple the 13.5.
Yeah, they're trying to copy my penis size. This is copied and
that's
pasted by Kixeye Drake. Updated 16 hours ago. The following changes and fixes have been applied to Thursday, June 26th at 10 a.m. PDT. Events Skirmish. I've got a tab open for that, so I'm not going to read through it. And then we've got content changes. Fair play. With this update, I think I've got a tab open for that. Oh, hang on. No, this is different. With this update, is the first wave of changes and improvements designed to make the game fair for all players. Relocate to friends limits nearby relocation to only friends, Facebook and Kixeye. So you can no longer relocate to someone that isn't your friend on Facebook or Kixeye. And that needed to be fixed, by the way. Secure mines. Mines are now server authoritative, so they can't be built through external programs. A player's going to get banned for using this. Because I know if I want to rebuild my mines, it's 11 coins from, I think it's 11 coins from All of Them Dead. Now, I've been spending that, and then there's been players using an external program to do it for free. So where does the contact end and Kixeye say, okay, these guys need to be banned for using it? They know that they're using it.
Yeah, but don't forget, isn't this the whole point of this reset bollocks that we were promised today?
You can only fucking forgive for so long, can't you? The people that
agreed.
The people that keep spending in this game ain't using, well, 9 times out of 10 ain't using these cheats. We're the guys getting slapped in the face with Kixeye saying, oh, well, we're going to forgive them. Well, no.
Oh, but apparently aren't Kicks saying that it's not a cheat? They're saying it's an alternative method, aren't they? Isn't that what they use?
But you can use whatever language you fucking want. At the end of the day, it's a fucking cheat.
It's a cheat. Agreed. It's against their terms of service.
I think Friendly Fix is a cunt, but it doesn't mean that I'm right, does it?
Well, I don't know. I agree with you.
But you are. I agree with you.
You know, you can use whatever language you want. You can change things to manipulate people and try to force them to abide by your authority. But at the end of the day, if people think you're a cunt, you're a cunt. And that's simple as that. They annoy me. This is fucking annoying. So because we'd never know about this cheat. But the legit players never know about it. But Kixeye have known about it for how long? This must be since the start of the game. Anyway, rant over. World map platoon engage. Convenience features for starting battles from the world map. Check the dev diary. I have got a tab open for that. Building repair revamp. Non-defensive buildings are now free repair, and the cost to repair base has been majorly reduced, and the walls no longer have repair costs. Can't see a problem with that as such. What's your thoughts, guys?
Well, do you worry about your base being destroyed?
They dubbed, they dubbed this.
No.
They dubbed all the fucking promotion they done about June 26th, guys. June 26th is D-Day, cheat busting day, and this is what they've fucking done.
Hang on. They have left it open with stay tuned for next week's deploy for another wave of changes and improvements.
The players are not interested. Sorry, Rainey, you was going to say something, darling.
Yeah, what's Kixeye going to break in the process of doing this? So that's what we're going to watch out for next week's improvements.
Yeah,
90% of the game.
You know what next week's improvements are? The fuck-ups from this week's improvements.
It all feels so familiar to me. I've been doing these. I've been making videos for nearly 10 years, and I've been making live streams for say 6, and it's the same bullshit time and time again. Although they've tried to change it to something different this time, it's the same shit. What they've noticed is the money's decreasing. The money being spent is decreasing because players are walking away from this game. So in their mind, they think that this is going to go, well, everyone's going to go, yay, the cheating's gone. When if you actually read what they're saying, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. They're not doing nothing to fucking improve or prevent the cheats.
Right. Well, while we're talking about this, I'm just reading, and 3 or 4 people have just said the same thing about the 69 in and all that. If you can't play a war game, what's the fucking point?
Oh,
so
mate, I didn't
69
realise how
instead.
bad that 69 was until the other day.
Wankers, yeah, quite.
Absolute fucking scumbags.
Evening, Iron, by the way. Good evening to you.
Yo, Iron Hand Lance as well. Troy, welcome.
Yo, Blade.
Yo, Blade.
Hello.
Evening, Blade.
Right, it says stay tuned. So basically, they're not this. They built this today as the D-Day, and they made Facebook posts, they made YouTube shorts, they made Facebook reels, telling everyone the 26th of June is the day where cheating stops. From what I can read there, it tells me nothing about. Basically, they've stopped people building mines for nothing, and that's it. I haven't read the other post, the Dev Diary, it's World Map something. World Map attack.
Out of them four posts, right? You lot go on to me about you need to play PvP, right? The mines I'm not bothered about, never really noticed. The 69 in, well, if I get attacked, I can't attack them because they're 69. So what's the point of doing PvP? The base repair, I let it repair anyway. Relocating to my friends isn't really a problem because I go into the middle of the map. So what they've introduced there has no relevance to me at all as a player.
That's for me. Because I like PvP. PvP is the reason why I play this game.
Too many cheats and 69 in. Right. What's the point?
Yeah, but you can.
Because of me.
What's the point?
You can have fun in PvP. That's the problem.
Yeah,
been nights where I've done. Yesterday, I was at PvP most of the day.
I know you was, and I'm trying to get back into PvP because I know I'm missing something. But when you get attacked by someone, you go to attack them back, and their mate is giving them a 69.
It ain't their mate. It's their old account.
Yeah.
Well, I weren't saying that, but. So what's the point? What's the point of playing a war game PvP when you can't even hit the person back?
Yeah, your mate's in tonight, said he.
Hey.
Then you go looking for someone who's got the same tag, and you can't find them because they've all got individual tags.
Yeah. PvP's fun. It's good, but the game has become a joke.
Yeah. The management is the joke of the game.
Or is it the players or the spending customers?
Well, you could look at that several ways, to be fair. But then saying that, I get the point of a war game. It's a war game. You hit and be hit. But then I don't see the point of having a mini to 69 yourself whilst you're hitting at the same time. I see it's a tactic, but it's kind of an exploit, isn't it? It's kind of a cheat because it means to say, I can hit you, but you can't hit me back. No.
What Kixeye need to implement is a return hit. So if you get hit and the player's in a bubble afterwards, you can get a return hit no matter what. And that will stop the fucking 69. But then again, it won't. It also hurts the players that are not 69. Because they can take a return hit on you. And maybe put it into a window. So if you hit a player's base, and then you come out the base and they're in the bubble, you've got 30 minutes to return the hit. Maybe that might work. I don't know. There's a lot of, and it's hard. I get it. It's hard for the people making the game to make these choices. But they are making the game. They have to make these hard-hitting choices. It's not down to the players.
So welcome back, Smashy.
Hey, Smash.
I've worked the way around this already, but you'll get a friend, right, of the same tag, 69 you. So what they do then is go, all right, I'll remove that tag and have another tag, and then 69 you anyway.
There's no way around it. There's no way around the 69, mate. There isn't. Not fairly.
Go ahead, Smash.
What do you want to say?
Why are they messing with the mines? Why didn't they just fix the missiles? All they had to do was put you where you can't leave the base during the attack. It would have been very simple. To me, the reason why they're messing with the mines is because they're wanting to do away with our mine factory because they can't fuck with it. Because they know if they fuck with it, it's going to be bad.
No, the mines are basically what they're saying with the mine smash is they've made it so people can't rebuild them for free for a third party
We've
program.
never been able to rebuild them for free.
Because you don't cheat.
Well, no.
So the cheaters are able to build the mines or rebuild the mines for free. 0 coins. They're not removing the mines.
But the mines aren't that big of a deal, City, in the base.
Not really,
It
no.
really isn't.
The players are able to build them for free. That's what Kixeye is saying with that.
All the problems there are. I didn't even know how many people actually knew that there was a problem with the
you wouldn't because we wouldn't see it. That's the problem. The cheaters are using the program, but anyone hitting them wouldn't know that they was using that because we wouldn't. It wouldn't. It's not something that would be on any video.
I thought it was one of their typos or something, and maybe it did mean the missiles, but they said the mines.
I get what you're saying. What you're saying is right. There's bigger problems than people free repairing mines. The bigger problem's the spam of missiles.
Exactly, yes. And that's what everybody's been complaining about as far as I can tell. You know, is the missile spam.
I see someone sent me a screenshot of someone using 72 missiles in their base.
Yeah, I see it too.
And the cunt didn't even fucking flat him.
I've seen at least 52. I've seen at least 52 in one shot in my base several times.
Well, Jenny's just said maybe fix the 60 missiles instead.
Yeah.
All they got to do is do like they used to.
If you
just make it to where we can't leave the attack.
If you read through this, all they're fixing right now is their bottom line. Anything that people are conning the game for and not spending money on.
City, none of this stuff we have complained about. Why are they doing
because
it?
we wouldn't know about people repairing mines. You wouldn't know. Because you can't sit into their base and watch them spend the coins to repair them, or not spend the coins to repair them.
Well, okay, so they're getting ripped off. That's why they're fixing it.
Exactly.
It's nothing to do with us. It's just all about them and their pocket.
Exactly.
It's always been that way.
If they can tell,
it's always been that way.
If they can tell in the background, without people complaining about it, because nobody knew about it, that people are hacking these mines.
So we ought to be able to be reimbursed for that.
They must know about the people using millions of fucking missiles.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
You do know Kixeye's got a flagging system. They always have. The game, before Kixeye owned the game, before Will Harbin owned the game, the people that invented the game put a system in that would flag anyone up that was using things that they shouldn't be using. This is still relevant today. Kixeye know who the cheaters are. They know who the players are that shouldn't be playing the game, but they don't care.
But they condone it, and they have them in their Discord.
Well, it's forgiving everyone this time. This is what Kixeye are going on about. They're forgiving people.
This is the third time they forgive everybody.
It's not more than that, Smash. It's about the
well, I mean with this company. I mean with this.
Yeah,
this company.
Third. There's going to be no ban wave. You know that, don't you? No ban wave.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because everyone's basically Friendly Fixer's post last week or the week before was saying we're going to forgive everyone for abusing the system. That was the post.
That's bullshit.
Anyway, I do want to get on. We will bring this back up in a minute, but we've got bug fixes, general improvements. I want to get through the skirmish patch notes, and then we've got the dev diary, and we can discuss this a little bit more if that's okay. Right, so we've got skirmish. Zoom in a little bit more. We've got June 2025 skirmish. Copied and pasted by Kixeye Drake. This is Kabuto, I believe. Let me zoom out. So I've fucking zoomed in and now I need to zoom out. That's Kabuto.
Oh, ninja.
It's Voltron.
And it's...
Because they can't make anything original.
It's a Sentinels Ninja.
Yeah.
So we got. Where are we? Featuring the
It's
Sentinels.
Iron Man.
Yeah, kind of.
Iron
Featuring the
Man with fucking
Sentinels.
Deadpool swords.
Arc 1 Goliath Hero Kabuto. Hercules shells, Titanic armor, Peron ventilation, Longhorn targeting, and Scaraba rush.
No, Scarab.
Scarab rush.
Scarab.
For the Kabuto. Starts tomorrow,
Scarabs
guys.
are little beetles, by the way.
Yes.
Starts tomorrow at June 27th at 10 a.m. PDT. We should be live for that. Ends June 30th at 10 a.m. PDT. I think that's Monday. Store closes July 1st at 10 a.m. PDT. This is the Kabuto. So they give us a picture of a ninja, and we're actually getting a fucking dung beetle. And that's pretty much sums up Kixeye, doesn't it? They
Full
are
of shit.
fucking dung. Yeah, full of fucking shit. So we're getting a dung.
Ryan.
And in the a dung beetle is nothing to do with Japanese folklore, is it? A dung beetle is more Egyptian. I think. I may be wrong.
And on top of that, it rolls its food backwards. So if it rolls its food backwards, that's the part nearest its arse.
It doesn't look like it's got a weapon.
It looks like Black Widow with a hard on. I mean, a horn.
Where's the weapon, guys? Is it in its mouth? Is that the weapon?
A big spike sticking out the front of it.
That little yellow circle where his mouth is probably a big laser beam of some sort.
Or there?
Widowmaker.
Yeah, it's a Widowmaker with a fucking, as I said, a hard on or a horn.
It's the little Widowmaker things that come out.
Reskinned. It's a reskinned.
Or the
Widowmaker.
spiders.
There's teeth in that horn thing. It don't crush as it grabs hold, like drives through things. Does it like the Widow?
Not like a turtle,
over, didn't you?
is it? Yeah, like a turtle.
That'd be too difficult.
It looks shit.
Yeah, it probably don't do shit.
In actual fact, we're giving them far too much credit.
Yeah. Be surprised if all 6 legs work.
So that's a single unit you're getting, yeah?
This is the hero, Kabuto.
Yeah.
And then it's the hero version of the Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Goliath is going to be a scaled down version of that beetle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are they going to bring factions back? And a Sentinels thing on it?
But they're still mentioning them, aren't they? And putting the symbols on everything, aren't they?
Guys,
confusing.
Right. There is still factions in the game. But we're not going to get the faction alignment anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But there's still factions. There's rogue factions. There's friendly factions. But it doesn't mean we're going to get... Basically, what Kixeye did is every time they changed the faction alignment, they made one faction more powerful than the other, and there was no way to control it. That's why they removed the factions from the game. It started off with Sentinels with the 100% Warlust, and then it moved on to the... Not Sentinels, Survivors 100% Warlust, and then the Sentinels got a 10% range buff. And in their dumb wisdom, they didn't understand how to fix it. So they just removed it from the... We can no longer pick a faction. But there is factions in the game. Does that make sense? Or am I talking shit? Like normal?
No, that makes sense.
For 1 second, I actually thought you was a Kix employee with the way you were talking.
No, I called them all a fucking bunch of idiots. I could have fixed the factions for them in an instant, but they don't want to listen to me.
They don't want to listen to common sense, and that's the problem.
Anymore.
If they made every faction have a very powerful talent, they would make bucket loads of money because people would be changing faction over the events because one faction would be stronger than the other over a particular event.
In actual fact,
at the beginning.
It just kind of reminds me at the moment. I'm actually going to take bets on to see if Kixeye lasts any longer than Poundland did.
I don't know.
Poundland's still going, isn't it?
Only just, yeah. No, they sold it, didn't they, for £1?
Yeah.
And they got the cheek to sell shit inside for £2.
Yeah. Sorry, we digress. That's my fault. But do you know what? I get so frustrated as a player and part of the panel and try to up the community. I get so frustrated because they don't consider any new people coming. They don't consider people that are lower levels than us. And of course, I don't consider myself a higher level. I'm still only level 50. But you know what? Sometimes even I struggle and I think, what's the point? But what was an enjoyable game isn't anymore. There's so many things being changed. And sorry, I know we probably shouldn't go into this, but hey-ho, and a bottle of rum. I get the point of the frustration of the players. Kix put these announcements out, but they're not following through. Well, they are, but they're just following through with shit. They're not fixing the game at all. Or is that just me?
They don't give us any information about what they're actually really doing because they know we'll pull them up on it when they don't deliver, as we pull them up every time. So they barely tell us anything. They think they're doing us a favour with the 4 things that they're bringing out now. For me, it doesn't. Any of them doesn't affect me. So
yeah, and I think the biggest thing would be fix the scripting, fix the 69ing, so you can't 69 at all. So if you hit someone,
there's no way to stop it though. 69.
Well, okay. If there isn't a way to fix it, then how come they turned around and have stated that they were going to solve that problem?
There's no way you can fix 69, mate, because you can't prove. What they're using now is they're using old accounts with no tag on them or a different tag. You can't prove that that's not a legit attack or not. We know, as players, we know when someone's 69ing, but if you look at it from Kixeye's end, they don't know if it's a different player or a different.
They can, because they can go off the IP address.
No, but then all they do is they get a friend to jump with them for completely different IP addresses. You know, there's always
that's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're bringing somebody with them, and then that person holds the big, and whenever it gets its 2 hits on it, then they jump that one out and then bring another one in.
Yeah, there's no
and
way.
They just keep doing it.
Guys, they're you've got to think and look at it. They're in a rock and a hard place with that. There's no fixing 69.
They've made it easier for them to take our infamy, though.
There's no fixing it, though. No matter what way you look at it, there's no fixing 69. And you cannot, physically, they have to be in the sector watching it. And there's not, how many employees they're going to have to watch every single battle?
Let me ask you this question. What's the benefit of infamy?
Nothing.
Exactly.
There's nothing, but
it just shows how big my dong is.
Exactly.
Why collect it then?
Infamy. They've all got it in for me.
Because that's just the thing to do. It's a war game. That's what we play.
It's a massive.
Why do we not play to sit back and do events all fucking day?
You're off target there. I said, what is the benefit of infamy? There is no benefit. Attacking someone's base.
But
they're
bringing PvP back, and that's fun. So I mean, yeah.
And that's got nothing to do with infamy.
And we just get it. But still,
Which me does nothing but show how active the player is.
Hang on. There is a fix. There is a fix. You kill the infamy. You get 1 star, 1 point for 1 star, 2 points for a 3-star, and 3 points for a 3-star. If someone hits you, you go out, you hit someone, get them 3-star, and you're taking a hit, a 69, and they take a 1 or 2 star. You're only earning 1 or 2 points. It'd be pointless. There's no point 69.
Back in the day, the target was to get 3 stars. You got 100% flat, and you was like, yeah, mate, you've done a really good job there. All right, if you got 2 stars, all right, maybe I'll get him next time. All right,
well, that's
so to collect infamy is a waste of time.
I hit him for a 3-star. I don't hit him for a 2.
So why defend your infamy?
Because it's
just the way the game is played. Yeah. That's what we do.
No, that's how the company has got you to play the game.
He's right. He's right, Smash, because there was no infamy.
If you want to destroy someone's base, you destroy someone's base. It's got nothing to do with fucking infamy.
Yeah, very true.
But we like the infamy.
But we only like it because they give it us. If they didn't give it us, we wouldn't have known any different. He is right, and what he's saying is right, because
it doesn't mean nothing to me. It doesn't
No,
mean
no,
shit
no, no,
to
no,
me.
no, Smash. I'm not
And I
pointing.
get
I'm not
that.
pointing fingers at you. I'm
Oh,
saying
man.
we used to hit a base for the sake of hitting a base. We never used to earn any
Oh,
points
so
out
I
of it.
guess we're all just sitting in this game, just twiddling our fucking thumbs and sitting on our asses, not doing nothing.
You're not listening. You're just mad.
Because it don't make sense, City.
There was no infamy back 5-6 years ago. We never got any infamy.
Honey, we've gotten infamy for a while, for a long while.
5, 6, maybe a little bit longer. There was no infamy. You hit a base, you got a 3-star. That was the end of it. Kixeye introduced the infamy as a way to show how good you are or bad you are at PvP. We didn't need
to get blood tokens.
We didn't need.
Actually, there is another thought, and Thunder's come up with the answer. He said, "Make warpath rules permanent, so all bubbles last 4 hours."
Well,
Yeah,
get rid of the pink bases.
It kind of makes it harder as well, i.e. to be able to keep doing that, because that same person, as in their ult that they bring into bubble, it can't keep bubbling it can only do it twice.
Yeah, there's a lot of things Kixeye can do, but I don't believe that they're going to do anything to affect it.
They're not going to do nothing.
No. Anyway, we get back to that very shortly, guys. I do want to get through this skirmish patch notes. Description: Kabuto was left broken and battered on the battlefield until the Sentinels gave him new life. Now he leads his platoon of Goliaths through any hazard, regardless of the danger. This is an Arc 1, Generation Arc 1, Faction Sentinels, type heavy vehicle, weapons, cannons, targets ground, damage type is burst, size is 400, big. Hit points at level 1 or health points at level 1 is 137,760. Hit points or health points at max level is 201,600. DPS at level 1 is 1,455. DPS at max level is 1,973. Max speed 2. What the fuck?
My speed. Fucking slow.
When was the last time we had a unit with decent speed? The missionaries?
The warrior.
Yeah. No, fucking warrior slow.
No, the warrior's about 6, I think, speed. But
yeah,
the warrior's
it's worthless,
shit.
but it's fast. Just fast. That's it.
I don't get that. 2 speed. All right, okay, yeah, it's a dung beetle, so yeah, maybe. Max range is 500, again very low, so it takes 2 days to get to the point where it can shoot. Cannon at level 1, fire rate increases the longer the unit is firing, plus 200 flat damage reduction. Basic heroic, 10% damage dealt and damage reduction aura to all Goliaths. Level 10, for every 20% hit health points or hit points lost, gains a. This is the same as the previous unit we got. Exactly the same. What was the last unit we got? That little robot dude.
Kodiak.
No, Kodiak, yeah.
Yeah.
Pioneer.
It's exactly the same. 20% movement speed and turn speed, and plus 10% evasion. There's no difference. It's basically the same unit. Over on repeat, just a different fucking faction. Heroic, 20% damage dealt and damage reduction to all Goliaths. Level 15, hero becomes renowned. Super heroic, increases aura to 30% damage dealt and damage reduction for all Goliaths. Level 20, minus 50% damage taken from burst. Cohesion bonus, 2% damage dealt and minus 2% damage reduction per active Arc 1 Sentinels units. Earn Kabuto in Skirmish store after collecting all 80 parts. We're buying the same fucking unit as we bought last month, just a renamed version with a different faction. It's exactly the same. And That, compared to that, I'd rather the ninja guy over that little fucking dung beetle. Wouldn't you?
Yep.
I'd rather see like, well, okay, maybe not a ninja guy, but someone, he had some machine guns or something. I'd rather see that as the hero over a fucking dung beetle. This is why they're losing people, is because they keep pumping out the same shit on repeat. It's the same shit, the same talents, the same technology, the same and they're just fucking puking all over our fucking screens with the same bollocks.
These units are getting boring using events,
There's
making
no
the
thought put
events even
into
more.
it. Sorry, Rainey, go on.
So just saying, these units are getting so boring that they're making the events even more boring, because especially the slow moving, some of the events feel more of a grind because of how slow it is.
There's no thought process. It's the same dumb shit time and time again. The same fucking 2 speed. You get a speed increase for 20% damage taken. Blah, 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 blah. All over our fucking screens. And then they want us to get the violin out and go, oh yeah, but we are just a small team that we've only got 3 people, and one of them's a fucking retard called Drake. Fuck this game, man. This game, it really does annoy me that they think they can pump out exactly the same thing every fucking week and expect us to fucking cheer for them. No.
Hence
what
why
we're
I
saying about
mentioned
the coders.
Yeah, and the management. That's where the blame should lie.
And Drake needs fucking. He needs sacking.
Well, he's trying to keep his job. Going, oh yeah, no, this is great, yeah, no, we'll put this forward to management. But the coders don't know what they're doing. They don't know the history of the game. They don't know what a sentinel is, or a rogue fraction, or a survivors unit.
No, they don't understand their own fucking game.
Yeah.
They need to play the game to be able to understand it.
So we've now got Cry as one of our units.
Maybe they all get the same treat. Maybe they all get the same dog biscuit. I don't know.
No,
just asking for a friend.
I'm pretty sure they was extras at a fucking Diddy party at this point. Right, mission description. Earn the next Arc 1 hero, Kabuto, the Sentinel's Goliath Hero in this month's Skirmish, and use it to dominate. And it's the same readout, the upcoming monthly event. So basically what they're saying with this little paragraph here is this unit's going to be good for one event. That's it. After that event, forget about it. You've spent your fucking whatever coin to get it to level 20. You've spent all the coin or all your time getting this event done, but it's going to be good for one fucking event afterwards. That's it. And that's exactly how it reads. Am I wrong? For the upcoming monthly event. One event.
Yeah, because you can't even use it in this event because you're limited to what units you can use. So it's going to be for the main event, a main event only.
Yeah, one event. Yeah. After that, forget about the unit, forget about the base units for it. Kixeye have made their money, they're moving on. And this is the point I'm trying to get at. People are walking away. Not because we've lived with the cheaters for years. Years and years and years, since this game started. What we haven't lived with is poorly fucking thought out units with exactly the same fucking thing every single time. It's the same fucking narrative. A 2-speed unit. It's got the same fucking talents. It's got the same fucking tech. There's no imagination used to fucking put something new into the game.
And these slower units with their elite turrets that they put in their bloody event bases and all that, like, kills them almost won it anyway. They take so long to get to the thingy, they're getting it 2-3 times and dying.
Yeah.
They're over-ramped bases and they're fucking slow-ass fucking units.
Right, returning to the Sentinels after years on loan to Rukai, so that makes sense. Kabuto has had a rough decade. Now specced out with the latest Digi Cortex. is a tactically brilliant rogue trapped in the body of a discarded training droid. Perhaps human emotions are not needed in all robots, and Kabuto's bitterness to the world is on full display. At least it ain't fucking calling him a hobo and a tramp and shit like that. Use your bombards and pioneers so we can get to use the new units for the next 2 events, I think, 2 or 3. And bombard units and their heroes and the warrior, Meteor Storm and R1 Mantis and Rhino X and Standstill Mark II. So they've changed it a little bit here. Against the true believers to play through the recruit set or officer set to earn Skirmish XP. Sets can be completed in any order and pay out a bonus XP cash. The officer set will test your might, but will pay out more XP than the recruit set. Choose the set that best fits your power level. You can hit targets multiple times and wins will count towards future set completions. So you won't be penalised for hitting the target again. And it's bog standard, guys. Base recruit 1 is 1,000, recruit 2 is 2,000, recruit 3 is 5,000, recruit base bonus completion is 8,000, officer 1 is 8,000, officer 2 is 16,000, and completion bonus is 28,000. Event stall. This is where I need you, Will, in a bit.
Yeah.
So you've got items, redemption, and XP cost. You've got Kabuto parts. I'm not going to bother with that. Kabuto parts times 10 is 8 times by 35,000 a pop. Kabuto build logistics is 4 times by 32,000 a pop. Kabuto upgrade token is 10 times 40,000 a pop. Hercules shells, Titanic armor, Peron Valentino, ventilation, sorry, and Longhorn targeting are all, and Scarab Rush are all 100,000 a pop. What's the total of that?
Right, that's 1,308,000 XP to get all that, which works out at 82 full rounds on the recruit basis, or 26 rounds on the officer basis. But you're also not told about the Kodiak. I imagine that the Kodiak, if you've got a level 15 Kodiak, you can probably get an extra 10 tokens to make it level 20, which will give you another 8 rounds to do. So if you can do the officer bases, you're looking at 34 full rounds to get everything. If you've got less levels on your Kodiak, then I would assume, like they just did in the last event, that you could get the extra tokens as well. So calculating what you need, but you're looking at 8 rounds to get the 10 tokens for the Kodiak.
Thank you, brother. So yeah, quite a few playthroughs there, guys. Usually losing it for 24 hours long. You're going to say something, Will?
No.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Excuse me.
Only 34 rounds, eh?
30. Only.
Yeah, only 34.
Yeah.
But isn't in Skirmish, isn't like the harder one of the two just the 2 bases, isn't it? You got 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2, and then you get the bonus.
1 or 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
Use it or lose it. Please be sure to redeem your prizes at 10 a.m. PDT Tuesday, July the 1st, before it goes. Right, prize description. Hercules shells. This is for the Kabuto. All of these are for the Kabuto. Plus 25% damage to vehicles and buildings. Got cannon, faction, offensive, XP 100,000. Titanic armor. Effects, minus 20% damage from infantry and vehicles. Slot 4 axe. Function defense, XP 100,000. Peron ventilation, minus 50% damage taken from fire. Slot scavenger. Function defense, XP 100,000. Longhorn target. Plus 50% damage, minus 25% damage dealt to targets closer than 300 range. Slot reveal, function utility, XP 100,000. Scarab Rush, Plus 50% movement. This is exactly the same as the previous fucking shit.
Yep.
Plus 50% movement and turn speed. Minus 15% acceleration. Let's out a 5,000 damage pulse every 2 seconds. Well, reveal function utility XP 100,000. Discuss.
Yeah, it's just basically the Kodiak all over again.
Mm-hmm. And this pulse thing means it comes from the unit center. It's going to be of no use. Any unit that's got a range, any sort of range that does a pulse, oh good. It's absolute bullshit. Oh, well, sorry, mate.
Oh, no, you're all right, mate.
It's the same thing over and over again, isn't it? It's not. They've not put no effort into this. They've not put no thought process into this. They've spent more time looking up dung beetles than actually fucking spent looking at the tech that they're going to add to this unit.
I think the time that they've spent looking into this has been on how it can mess us up rather than how it will be a good unit that we can actually use. Slow unit, close, I don't know what its range is, but as you said, it's like got a pulse thing that you have to be next to a unit to actually make damage on it. So they just think that everyone just runs the units right into the danger zone and like fights it out like that.
Yeah, that's what they want us to do.
Yeah, this is everything right going back since the game started. All their little videos they used to put of a new unit coming out, and it used to be like 10 of one type versus 10 of another, and they just ram raiding each other. They just running at each other. This is what they still think that people do. I'm sure it is, because everything they're still doing now is like if it's got long range, then it's I don't know. It's what I'm trying to say now. It's like you don't get.
You cut out, bud.
His fingers got sore.
Yeah.
No, so is my mind. I just can't think of what the fucking lost my train of thought halfway through.
I pretty much a kindergarten school. They could come up with better fucking tech. They could come up with better ideas than these people who are working at Kixeye. All Kixeye wants to do is make sure that this last tech is designed to make the player take damage, because this 5,000 damage pulse every couple of seconds is only good when you're on top of something. You can't be the 500 range away from it. You've got to be on top of it.
And it's a slow-ass unit, as you said, so by the time it's actually got to the unit,
yeah, you take damage.
All the defences, it's gonna, yeah, this is their plan. So they have actually thought about like the unit to do exactly what it's doing.
To cost us money.
This is what,
yeah.
But this is what we got unique units for, to take up the damage. So why would you use this unit?
Even the uniques fucking die too quick.
Yeah,
our idea unit used to be like the fucking the be all and end all, didn't it? It was supposed to be. And
think about it. Where's this unit going to be built? Where's it going to be upgraded? Hang on, in that tech centre that is already overfull.
Yep.
Overcapped.
Overfull for things that need upgrading, so they're trying to force people into coining to make use of it.
Not another. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I've got an aircraft hangar that ain't doing diddly squat. But no, let's bring out another vehicle type, right? Because obviously we're still not upgrading the spatula. We're still not upgrading the R1. We're still not upgrading the Meteor. I think some of us have now got the Rhino X to level 30.
Yeah, it is a vehicle.
Yeah, and hang on, didn't we just get the Bombard and the Bombard Hero? And where they? Oh, they're in the vehicle section as well.
It's got nothing to upgrade in there.
They're not even pretending anymore that this game isn't a scam. It's a scam. It's either a time sink or it's a scam on your credit card.
I know it's a scam. Why do you think I haven't been doing all the events like you guys?
Yeah, because I'm in that bracket where I'm hoping that someone at Kixeye goes, hang on, guys, we're not being fair to the players. Let's make things fun. Let's make sure the things are interesting. Let's keep them engaged in the game, not because they have to or they feel like they need to. Let's keep them engaged because they want to. I'm always in that fucking boat. And it's every week, every month, it's the same thing. How can we make these fucking losers fucking play this game for as long as possible? And then that's what I think they're thinking of us. They think we're losers at this point.
Well, think about the legendary units. We're not meant to be using them in our base. So what do? They give us a legendary unit to defend our base.
Yep. That's the only reason they've had to give us that is because they got rid of the holdout. If the holdout was still in play, that was Guardian units. That was legendary uniques or legendary, what they called them, Guardians.
Yeah, the grey and orange ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got rid of the one event that the players liked, they got rid of that. They introduced a new event, so we had to get our uniques or the new levels and the tech from the uniques through that event. Everything they've done for the last 2 years has been detrimental to the players.
I think I've sussed it out. Like, they're having an internal competition with each other to see who can make the most people leave each month by their insane and crazy ideas. Like, everything's against us. Everything, fucking all the little advantages we ever get any through units, through their tech, whatever, have been basically taken away. If they do give us an advantage with something, it's now got the negative thing back on it again. Faster speed, shorter range, blah blah blah, and all that crap. I'm sure they're actually like internally having competitions and sitting around laughing at us all. Yeah, saying, "Oh yeah, look, I've just done this time," and they're all moaning about it, but they're still fucking playing.
At the end of the day,
what they're doing is
that's
working themselves out of a job.
Exactly,
yeah,
that's their livelihood.
And the more people walk away, they're just working themselves out of a job.
Yeah, because there's someone at the helm fucking telling them that we need people to spend more money without giving them any substance of a game.
Are any of their games like half decent still? Is there any of them that are actually making money? Vega, boats, no. The mobile game. Is there any others?
They'll be making money because they're cheap. The games. Don't forget the people that working at Kixeye ain't the top tier of coders. They ain't the top tier of engineers. They ain't the top tier of graphics, not graphics, artists. These are people bottom of the ladder. They're bottom of the ladder. If they leave Kixeye, they'll probably have to go work at McDonald's after they fucking finish working at Kixeye.
Oh, careful! McDonald's is highly paid.
Well, it's a highly skilled job.
It's where they're going to end up. It's where they're going to end up if
serving burgers and fries.
It's where they're going to end up if they fuck this job up and they just keep fucking proving us right all the time. They keep proving us right all the time, every fucking step of the way. Anyway, this is going to...
it's full of cheats. I think Battle Pirates is the only one that's any good, but again, it's all full of cheats.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of this one.
What it is it's almost like a high school dropout version of what they wished could have happened, but what it turned out to be.
Well, they're trying to get rid of this one so they can all move to their more popular game, and then they've got more coders than that popular one, so they can actually make it better.
I don't think
a lot of the coders went to Battle Pirates.
Yeah, if they was a good coder, they would nick them. Battle Pirates would take War Commander, anyone that was any good at War Commander, Battle Pirates would take them. Anyway, let's move on, guys, because we're running over an hour now. So we've got a Dev Diary, World Map Attack. Greetings, Commander. Friendly fixer the cunt here. In this instalment of our Fair Play updates, we'll focus on the world map. Well, this won't be our last update to bring more interesting gameplay, to the world map. The changes seemed like such an improvement that we didn't want to wait for the more complicated changes. I'll start with a bit of history, then into the world map updates, and finally wrap it up with a knock-knock joke. Eh? What? A knock-knock joke?
Yeah, knock-knock. Who's there?
Who's there? Nobody.
Fist knocked out friendly fix, you joke. Right, several. Go on, mate.
Knock, knock.
No, you're all right. Wrong house. Wrong fucking house. Fuck off. Several years and multiple lifetimes ago, War Commander had a problem with platoons versus platoons battles. Lasted too long. The attacker had all the advantages and didn't have to even deploy anything. This was a problem because the players often use rings of platoons, defend their bases, having them attack each other, not deploy anything and stay blocking a hex for 7 minutes. But it was just it wasn't just defending that was broken. By this confluence, am I saying that right? I don't even know what it means, but confluence of systems, an attacker could try to move a platoon into position only to find themselves attacked instantly and lose their advantage. Back then, we made a number of changes in order to make combat more fair and less easily exploited. Battles dropped to 3 minutes. Attackers could only bring a single ground platoon and it was automatically deployed. A platoon that didn't gain victory would have low morale. Losing with low morale would send the platoon home. You could use the A key to start the battle without requiring a scout operation. You could attack an alliance. You couldn't attack a alliance member. No, lies, bullshit.
I've always been able to attack anybody.
Yeah. So
it's called a friendly bubble.
Friendly fix is talking shit.
That must be his knock-knock joke.
They don't know how their own game works.
And they're proving it time and time again. Right. Almost all of these changes exist today, but for various reasons, the A key was removed. The issue is that it was only really removed as a shortcut while the system changes to support it. We're left in a place. Sorry, to support it were left in place. This means that the player can still technically access it by using external programming. Cheats. Why do they keep using external programming and not call it what it fucking is? Cheats.
Cheat against the terms of service to use any other third-party software. I do believe is in their terms.
Basically, it's anything that they can't control themselves within the game itself.
They just really, really hate that word. They don't like hearing it. They don't like saying it. I think
you know why? Because
run into the corner with their fingers in their ears going, la, 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 la.
They're dickheads.
Fuck the game.
Basically, they're trying to change a cheat into a technicality that doesn't sound like cheat. All it is a spade.
That way they can't say they're going against their own TOS. What do you think?
Exactly. A spade is a fucking spade. Call it as it is. Right. The issue was that it was only really removed as a shortcut while the system changed to support it. Were left in place. This means a player could still technically access it by using external programming and modify the game, and that isn't fair play. So
that's a cheat.
Yeah. So to make it fair play, we are changing the game to make this available to everybody. To do it, you can only do one of the following: hold Control and click on a hex on the world map. This will pull up the platoon deployment window and allow a selection of platoon. Allow a selection of a platoon for attack. What, like the M key? Maybe like the M key, eh? Fucking hell, they've done nothing. Hang on, let's see what else they've got to say. Hold Alt and click a platoon to select it in move mode. Oh, the Alt key was always in the game. Have they changed anything? Right. Find the target and hold Control while clicking it to select it as an attack target. Well, that don't make no fucking sense. Find a target and hold Control while clicking it to select it as a... Right, so if...
They've got Control and Alt mixed up there.
It sounds like it. So what they're telling me, even if it's control or alt, you hold Alt, and then you click the target you want to attack, and you say you're 50 hexes away. Your platoon should go straight in and then straight away attack that target.
No, it doesn't work that way. No, it doesn't work that way, does it?
That's what he's explaining there.
Yeah, but that doesn't work the way he's explaining.
Yeah, no, but this is what they're saying they're changing. Guys, I need to go to the toilet. Keep talking, Copes.
Okay.
Wait a minute. It shows proof that they still don't know how to play their own fucking game.
But more importantly, though, Brady, what they're still skirting around the fact is that they're still using third-party programs to alter the game. Right? It doesn't matter how you dress that up. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's cheating.
Yeah, that's because they don't know how to block it on their. They don't know how to block it on their end.
Yeah, but with all due respect, that seems like a them problem rather than a us problem. The client. Yeah. So we are their clients at the end of the day. And if they can't provide a game that's safe, well, you know what? Maybe more and more people will vote with their feet and say, see you later, Kixeye. And maybe they'll go down the route of retrieving all their money up until a year, I believe. I think you can do off your credit card. It really frustrates me with this because the game is so infectious. It's the people that you meet that keep you here. Yeah, okay, we meet people as we come and go, friendly enemies, there's banter and, some people take this game to the extreme, whereas others are decent. Although they're your enemy, they're half decent. And you can have a bit of a giggle with them, you have a hit, whatever the case may be, and move on. But what really makes me sort of my blood boil is the fact that Hicks are actually denying their own terms of service.
Yeah.
They're changing the terminology for it. They're changing the way they explain it. So they're not
they can't change it from 13 years ago when the game started. They can't now suddenly put into it,
that's their version of evolving to meet the needs of these days.
Evolving to cheat, you mean? Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Apparently.
They're
still going to let you do it.
It's bollocks. Sorry,
they can't fix it, so they're evolving to aid the cheaters, so people stop complaining about it, because that will be the next norm. But this thing here, you instead of having one button where you hold Alt and then you click your thing in and where you want it to move it to, now it's got a second one where you through the control, so you've selected your unit, but then you hold control and click on a unit, and Walken has said it will attack the target you send a unit to. It does work, just tried it. So it's basically an auto attack.
Yeah.
You click the unit you want to attack with, you click the tuner you want to attack, and then it just goes, shoots there and will attack it as it lands.
That makes sense.
But what happens if you move the one that you're just about to attack? If it moves, will it follow it and then attack it up the road? It's like,
possibly.
Well, in theory, if you've selected a hex, it should only go to that hex. It shouldn't follow.
because you're selecting a unit, not a hex.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You moved your tune, didn't you? And then as it got close, you then did it again. You alt-clicked your unit and then clicked, like with holding Alt still, you then clicked on the target you wanted to attack as it arrived in the space next to it. Well, now it looks like they're making it like an auto set. So you alt your unit, control their unit, and it goes zoom bang and attacks it.
So I was right.
What they're doing is like you get auto attack, didn't you? Like, and it's like you wonder how they did it so quick.
I was right.
I just also like to say, VB Plays has just returned. He said after 5-6 years, VB, go and find something different, mate. Seriously, you will be happy with us.
Well, unless you've got money to burn and you don't really care.
Well, if you're a multi-billionaire, then you can afford to waste it. Yeah, got it.
The best advice. Where were we? Select the platoon button from the select move and the platoon button for the context menu, and then hold Control when clicking a target. Hold Control and click on a platoon to select it in attack move mode. So they've slightly tweaked the attack move. It's not. This isn't the great jump They haven't fucking landed on the moon or anything like that. This is just a tiny tweak to the way we attack. So no longer when we pull up to a tomb, can someone use an auto clicker to attack our tomb?
They took one of the clicks that you had to do before out of it now. Whereas you used to have to hold. Yeah, you moved your one to it, and then you had to select it again using Alt, and then click on the target as it approached.
It's two. You actually lose two clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Cass has just confirmed. He said, go try it, use Control. Alt does not do it, but Control does also hit the unit, so it's Control, not Alt.
Oh, so we're all used to using Alt, and now we've got to use Control.
Yeah. So it's basically another hotkey.
But you don't have to do it twice anymore. Before, you'd select your unit and then move it to a space, or you'd click next to the one you wanted to attack. And as it's approaching, you reselect it with Alt, and as it arrives, you then hit the tune you want to hit as it arrives, and it would auto go into the attack. Well, now Control's going to do that for you from the moment you click your tune.
We need to get our hands on that before. We're speculating. We're speculating at this point. Let's
been a couple of people, as Walking said it, and so did
Yeah, no, but
Gas has just said it.
The only way to find out is to actually use it at this point.
Yeah. No, then we can report on our finding, can't we?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, find target and click for it. Click it for attack. So they've removed the auto. Basically, this is a big fuck you to the guys that used auto click. I like it. I'm not going to shit on Kixeye for that. So if the target hexes an enemy base or platoon, then the battle will start once the platoon arrives. The platoon will automatically deploy without requiring a scout action or even requiring you to join the battle. Once the combat starts, it will appear on the top bar like all other battles. For those eagle-eyed readers, the alt click, control click for move mode is an existing feature. I think he's got this wrong. Existing feature of the game. I wanted to make sure to mention it here as I have learned it isn't a well-known feature. And it looks like we've got his knock-knock joke. Knock-knock. Who's there? I am. I am who? I'm having an identity crisis. Yeah, you don't know whether he's a boy or a girl.
No, let's not go down this route.
Friendly fixer.
What the hell is he on?
He doesn't know whether he's a coder or an employee of a games company or an ice cream vendor.
No, he definitely works at McDonald's at this point. This is his part-time job because he don't make much money out of this, so he has to work at McDonald's to pay the bills. Fucking knock-knock.
Was this article helpful? Was it fuck?
No one asked for a fucking knock-knock. And is this the end of it?
Yeah.
So this is the big, we're stopping cheats, we're fucking the bollocks. Yo, everyone cheer for us. This is it.
Yep.
Mine's that nobody knew about.
The next week, too.
Mine's that nobody knew about. And give us all the fucking auto click.
Yeah, can I just ask a really serious question? Who did you get to support your export of Kool-Aid to the States to, City and Canada?
Our anxiety actually funded it.
Okay, no, clearly it's reached the fucking head office because they're drinking your Kool-Aid.
I sent him a bottle and he said, I fucking love this shit.
It's too strong for them, they can't handle it, they've all gone mental.
Yeah, no.
Oh, fuck, God. And this was the big June 26th, guys. June 26th.
Yeah. It's come and gone. But apparently, according to the dog walker, he did say it was coming in stages. Now, they never said that in the previous.
No, they said June 26th was the day we would be fucking cheering.
Yeah.
But didn't it say at the start of this something about this is the first of some to come or something like that? I've seen that somewhere.
No, after the fact.
Yeah. Originally,
someone question. And animals, sorry, mate. Just bear with me on this one. So, if I was to implement some changes in the game, I wouldn't say it's all going to be on June the 26th. I would be saying over the next coming months, we will be adding into the game this. rather than saying that's from June 26th, bollocks.
Well, it starts on the 26th, isn't it? Rather
They
than
didn't even say that.
Language.
No,
Yeah,
they
clearly
told
not,
us.
yeah.
They told us June 26th was D-Day for the cheaters, and that is all they put for the cheaters. What, 2 bits? Well, that ain't enough. The mines and the control click. That's it. Guys, we can go round in circle all night. I don't think we need to.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think we
going to
need
need another hotkeys for idiots guide, please.
Yes, it will be coming. I'm going to run with the shout-outs, guys. I'm
What
going
if
to
you're an
start.
amputee? What if you're
What's
an
that little bit
amputee?
Kariegas just said? He said he noticed if you're mute in game chat and hit a base, it will print the battle finished and give chords. Is that in the game chat?
No, it was never there. No.
Yeah,
Joker's got.
Yeah, I see it on
posted in,
I see it on Discord, and I wasn't too sure what was going on. Guys,
We're going to find things when we get back in.
I'm going to call it, and we're gonna move on. No point worrying about this.
Sorry, Joke, I didn't notice that.
I'm going to start with Gashi, please, bub.
Yeah, I'm going to make mine very simple tonight, only purely because I want to get some food. But yeah, we're live from 1800 tomorrow, GMT. Be there or be square scenario. Thanks for the panel and City as usual for the invite, and also YouTubers. Always nice to see everybody. Yeah, I get the banner, guys, and you know what? Sometimes just keep it straight. We're not here to who's what, where, when, and why, and what sector. We're here is everyone's equal. That's the point, and we're here to try and help one another through the game. Other than that, we'll all be on, or certainly most of us will be on tomorrow night at 1800. Be there, be square. God bless.
Thank you, bro. Jinx, Brandy.
Bye.
I think that was it. Will.
Right, thanks for coming along, listening to us rant and rave and moan and bitch. Hopefully we've made some things clear for you and some things we still haven't got a clue about. But don't spend all day playing the game over the weekend, but we'll talk to you tomorrow about that anyway. So God bless, take care, and yeah, look after yourself.
Thank you, bro. Rainy Bo? Or Rainy Bowie?
Let's hope we don't lose more friends from quitting the game. So yeah, another event. Here we go. That's it from me, I think.
Hey, Lone Wolf, Mr. Ghosty.
Yeah, guess what? It's day after hump day. Keep your powder dry.
Of course it is.
Blade?
Yo, yeah, I don't say a lot because if I started talking, you lot would be here all fucking night. Sorry for swearing. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for coming, YouTube land, and thanks to the panel for being here, and thanks City for having me. Take care all. Have a good weekend. I'm going on the piss. Fuck the event.
There you go.
Perfect, man.
I come with? Shit.
Animal.
I want to break free. It's never going to happen. Yeah, just enjoy your lives, people. Don't sit on this all fucking weekend. They're driving us fucking mental on purpose. I'm sure they are. If we don't play, then they'll see it in the statistics, and they might have to change up. But apart from that, good luck, everyone. Thanks for turning up. Thanks to everyone on the panel, and that's me out. See you later.
Thank you, bub. Amputee.
Hey, guess what? It's the day before Fist and Friday. Haha.
Yeah.
Fingering Thursday, bub.
Yeah, so love, peace, and anal grease to all of you. I'm out.
Thank you, bro. As always, guys, I appreciate every single one of you coming along tonight. We will be back tomorrow, 1800 hours GMT, for the live Skirmish event show. Like, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully you're all good. Hopefully you all stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Oh, she's
See you later.